Council of Vocations came in on the first day of spring, so we awaited our turn in the great hall, and then we heard the Council of Vocations call our name, Equality 72521. We walked to the dais, and our legs did not tremble, and we looked up at the council. There were 5 members of the council, 3 of the male gender and 2 of the female. Their hair was white, and their faces were cracked as the clay of a dry river bed. They were old. They seemed older than the marble of the Temple of the World Council. They sat before us, and they did not move, and we saw no breath to stir the folds of their white togas. But we knew that they were alive, for a finger of the hand of the oldest rose, pointed to us, and fell down again. This was the only thing which moved, for the lips of the oldest did not move as they said, "Street sweeper." We felt the cords of our neck grow tight as our head rose higher to look upon the faces of the council, and we were happy. We knew we had been guilty, but now we had a way to atone for it. We would accept our life mandate, and we would work for our brothers gladly and willingly, and we would erase our sin against them, which they did not know, but we knew. For we were happy and proud of ourselves and of the victory over ourselves. We raised our right arm and we spoke, and our voice was the clearest, the steadiest voice in the hall that day, and we said, "The will of our brothers be done." And we looked straight into the eyes of the council, but their eyes were as cold as blue glass buttons. No man known to us could have built this place, nor the men known to our brothers who lived before us, and yet it was built by men. It was a great tunnel. Its walls were hard and smooth to the touch. It felt like stone, but it wasn't stone. On the ground there were long, thin tracks of iron, but it was not iron. It felt smooth and cold as glass. We knelt and we crawled forward, our hand groping along the iron line to see where it would lead. But there was an unbroken night ahead. Only the iron tracks glowed through it, straight and white, calling us to follow. But we could not follow, for we were losing the puddle of light behind us. So we turned and we crawled back, our hand on the iron line, and our heartbeat in our fingertips, without reason. And then we knew. We knew suddenly that this place was left from the unmentionable times. So it was true. And those times had been, and all the wonders of those times. Hundreds upon hundreds of years ago, men knew secrets which we have lost. And we thought, this is a foul place. They are damned who touch the things of the unmentionable times. But our hand, which followed the track as we crawled, clung to the iron as if it would not leave it, as if the skin of our hand were thirsty and begging of the metal some secret fluid beating in its coldness. International 48818, we asked, will you report us to the council and see us lashed to death before your eyes? They stood straight of a sudden, and they answered, rather would we die. Then we said, keep silent. This place is ours. This place belongs to us, Equality 72521, and to no other men on earth. And if we ever surrender it, we shall surrender our life with it also. Thus did it come to pass that each night, when the stars are high, and the street sweepers sit in the city theater, we, Equality 72521, steal out and run through the darkness to our place. Each night, for 3 hours, we are under the earth, alone. We have stolen candles from the home of the street sweepers. We have stolen flints and knives and paper, and we have brought them to this place. We have stolen glass vials and powders and acids from the home of the scholars. Now we sit in the tunnel for 3 hours each night, and we study. We melt strange metals, and we mix acids, and we cut open the bodies of the animals which we find in the city cesspool. We have built an oven of the bricks we gathered in the streets. We burn the wood we find in the ravine. The fire flickers in the oven, and the blue shadows dance upon the walls, and there is no sound of men to disturb us. We have stolen manuscripts. This is a great offense. Manuscripts are precious, for our brothers in the home of the clerks spend 1 year to copy one single script in their clear handwriting. Manuscripts are rare, and they are kept in the home of the scholars. So we sit under the earth, and we read the stolen scripts. 2 years have passed since we found this place, and in these 2 years we have learned more than we had learned in the 10 years at the home of the students. We have learned things which are not in the scripts. We have solved secrets of which the scholars have no knowledge. We have come to see how great is the unexplored, and how many lifetimes will not bring us to the end of our quest. We wish nothing save to be alone and to learn and to feel as if with each day our sight were growing sharper than the hawk's and clearer than the rock crystal. Strange are the ways of evil. We are false in the faces of our brothers. We are defying the will of our councils. We alone of the thousands who walk the earth, we alone in this hour are doing a work which has no purpose save that we wish to do it. The evil of our crime is not for the human mind to probe. The nature of our punishment, if it be discovered, is not free for the human heart to ponder. Never, not in the memory of the ancient ones, ancients, never have men done what we are doing. And yet there is no shame in us, and no regret. We say to ourselves that we are a wretch and a traitor, but we feel no burden upon our spirit, and no fear in our heart. And it seems to us that our spirit is clear as a lake troubled by no eyes, save those of the sun. And in our heart, strange are the ways of evil. In our heart there is the first peace we have known in 20 years.